All right, guys, in this video, we are going to do some Q&A on the Digital Crypto Solutions Bitcoin wallets because we are getting more inquiries about them, and I want to have a specific source where you guys can go and receive information, ask questions, and review questions that other people may be asking. So the information will be right there at your fingertips. So what I've done on the Digital Crypto Solutions Forum is created a new forum under the DCS Bitcoin wallets category. Okay. So if you come out to this forum here, register for the forum, and then list your questions out here or review some of the questions that have already been asked. Okay, so Hajanese came in, and big shout out to this particular user because he or she is asking all of the right questions. They are really doing their own research when discovering things about the Bitcoin wallet. So uh, they did post something, some questions in this particular forum, and like I say, other users will come out, chime in. Monty did this here, and you can just look at his tag and see that he is a verified member, meaning that he does have a Bitcoin wallet. So this right here will let you know that, hey, he is a verified user of the wallets. But I came in and gave more specifics to the questions that he had. Okay, so always feel free to come out here and ask questions. Okay. But in this particular inquiry here, rather than typing out a response, I wanted to go ahead and do a video because it will probably take me hours to answer these questions to give you guys a good understanding. And that is the key and the goal here, guys, is for you to understand what it is you are investing in and where you are placing your money. Okay. So always use this forum for that, and we will make sure you have 100% clarity. And if needed, we'll even do some direct, uh, I guess, some direct meetings, video meetings, or something like that to make sure all of your questions are answered 100% and you have that full understanding of what's going on. So again, shout out to Hajanese for these questions. And again, rather than typing out a response, I am going to do this video and link this video in this particular post. Okay. So after checking out the wallet, he came out and he starts off long-term build strategy. So he says, I've consumed a lot of good information regarding how this wallet works, which is great. He's doing his research, and I'm ready to deploy a test amount and go from there. But I'm still new, so I hope it's okay to mention planned strategy here so I can get some feedback first. This is 100% valid, guys, and understand why this forum is out here. There's no gatekeeping. There's no restrictions on what you can ask or inquire about the platform because we want 100% transparency in everything. So do not be afraid to share. Just don't share any of your wallet's personal information, like login information, right? That is yours and specifically yours to keep. Don't share that. But anything else, definitely. Okay. And he says, my goal is simple: build up as much Bitcoin as I can over the long period of time. I'm not looking to sell Bitcoin at all, not in a very long time at least. So again, shout out to Hajanese because he understands Bitcoin. He understands the power of buying it, accumulating it, and holding it over a long period of time. So clearly he's already done his research about Bitcoin itself. Now he's doing his research about these wallets. So let's look into his plan, what he plans on doing. He wants to deploy an initial amount of Bitcoin to the wallets and then set the automated Satoshi Stacker to 15%. Okay, so some of you guys might not be aware of this, and he's asking the question, should it be higher? And this is all determined based on your own personal goals and how much you plan on putting in the wallets. So no one can specifically answer this for you, but let me see if I can kind of give you an idea from some examples that I have. Okay, so I have numerous wallets. I am a user of the platform myself, and I have numerous wallets on them. This particular wallet here, if you notice, those guys that follow me know that this is my gifting wallet. So I typically use this wallet more so for transaction purposes, not necessarily to grow Bitcoin, but for transaction purposes. However, I use it to grow Bitcoin as well, as you can see here, because I purchase credits on the regular in this wallet. But if I need to put Bitcoin out here, I'll transfer Bitcoin out here. But in the meantime, while I'm putting money out here, I use this for tips. Like if I'm giving tips, I always ask, do you want cash or Bitcoin? I'll get people involved in the wallet. They register for a wallet and I send them some Bitcoin real quick and cheap. I use this for my barber or my mom's barber. You know, I got him in the wallet. So each time we go get a haircut, bam, I shoot him some Bitcoin. So he's 100% on Bitcoin. So I use it for that. When I gift you guys Bitcoin, I send it from this wallet. Okay. So when this gets low, I'll just add more Bitcoin to it or allow credits to continue to convert into Bitcoin. So that is the purpose for this wallet. So I have another wallet here. Again, you guys that follow me, is my poor man's wallet. So in this strategy here, my goal was to put in one single deposit, which I made here. Okay, that was done a little over a year ago. The transaction information is always going to be available for on-chain transactions. You see, that was 15 months ago, where I sent that payment of 0.0007, which was the minimum at that point in time. Now it's 0.0002. But nevertheless, I wanted to make that single payment. And the goal at this point was for me to log in maybe once or twice a month, buy credits, allow those credits to convert, come back in next month, buy credits, allow those credits to convert. Because back then, there were not automated systems in place to grow my Bitcoin. I actually had to do it manually by going out to the marketplace and buying discounted credits. Now, is with the automated features in place, I'm using this particular wallet using the stimulus generator. Okay, so the goal of this particular wallet for me is long-term growth. Just like Hajanese, I don't plan on using or spending this Bitcoin for a very, very long time. So the goal here, since I don't want to log into this thing at all or very rarely, I went ahead and turned on the stimulus generator for this particular wallet. Okay, so that is a strategy I'm using for this. And then finally, I'll show you guys this particular wallet. So there was another strategy I used for the automated Satoshi Stacker. And what this does, like if you come out to the settings, you will see that this is enabled. And what this does, guys, when this is enabled, whenever the amount of credits that I have in my wallet right here, once all of them convert over into Bitcoin, the system will automatically use my Bitcoin position to purchase more credits. And the amount of credits that it uses is based on the percentage that I set here. So in this BTC allocation, once all my credits convert, I can use a percentage of that Bitcoin to purchase more credits. Okay, so I set mine at 100% here. Why? Because again, I'm using this wallet for growing Bitcoin and growing Bitcoin alone. So you can use, once all these credits convert, hey, just take all the Bitcoin that's in here and purchase as many credits as you can with it. So this whole cycle can continue again. And as you guys see, I only made one deposit. Well, I did this to test it and show you that you actually can send as little as one Satoshi, right, through these wallets. But essentially, I sent 0.0002 Bitcoin to this wallet from another one of my wallets. And then with that, I purchased credits, turned on the Automated Satoshi Stacker, and set that to 100% to purchase more credits when all these credits convert. So for this wallet, I don't plan on touching this Bitcoin. For this wallet, I don't plan on touching this Bitcoin. And for this wallet, I use it for transaction purposes. So I continuously use this Bitcoin, but sometimes I'll put more Bitcoin in if I need to transfer more. And ultimately, I'll say this. If you plan on using any of your Bitcoin in a short period of time, or there's a minimum amount of Bitcoin you want in this wallet at any given point in time, use that to adjust what that percentage is going to be. Okay. And also understand that the automated Satoshi Stacker is an automated way of increasing your Bitcoin over time. If you can log into your wallet periodically, that actually is going to be the best option. But these features, these automated features, are for those of you that like to set it and forget it, right? Just put your information out there and say, hey, I'm going to let you do the rest on the wallet, okay? And in that regard, I'd also like to bring up a quick point, and that is when you uh, do do things like the set it and forget it, there are a couple points that I'd like to mention. Okay, so in the settings area, guys, the wallets have all types of features and security and recovery features in place. You do have this Bitcoin recovery system in place, and what this does, it allows you to receive, or the system will send your Bitcoin to whatever Bitcoin address you specify here if something was to go on with the system. So let's say the government shut down our front end sites, the digital drip to BTC or high yield BTC. If something like that happens and we are unable to restore everything within 7 days, then the back end system that's connected to the nodes, they are automatically going to transfer your Bitcoin holdings to your recovery address. Okay. Now, I don't have one set here, but I do have one set here. Okay. So here's my BTC recovery address. And whenever you set this, just put a Bitcoin address in there, click that button, it'll be confirmed. And when this happens, there's a dormancy period. So what this does is once you set that recovery address there, if you don't log into your wallet within this specified amount of time, then the system will send your Bitcoin to that wallet address. Okay. So by having this here, that kind of covers you if anything goes on with the wallets themselves, right? And you need to recover your Bitcoin. The automation is already in place. However, if you choose a short period of time like this is like say something happens on your end. Let's say you go on vacation and you never make it back, God forbid, right? Um, this right here will say, hey, if you haven't logged into your wallet within a month's time, then it's going to go ahead and send your Bitcoin to this recovery address. But also be careful of this, guys, because by setting this, this is an indication to the system that something has happened to you, or you have not been able to uh, log into your account within a certain amount of time. So what's going to happen is going to send your Bitcoin, your existing Bitcoin, and it's going to forfeit any credits that you have. So your credit balance will be wiped out, but your Bitcoin that's remaining on your wallet will be sent to this Bitcoin address. So therefore, when you're using this setting, do not set it to 1 month if you don't plan on logging into your account at least once a month, because we have had one user in the past that set it and within the month's time failed to log into his wallet. Okay. And even though the system does send out emails to notify you and say, hey, your dormancy period is coming up, you need to log into your wallet before this date, he failed to look at those emails, and ultimately he didn't make it. He logged in the day after and realized that all his credits, he had received his Bitcoin into his wallet, but all his credits were forfeited. And that was about $600 worth of credits. Okay. So that's how the system works, guys. So do be aware of this. If you don't plan on logging in within 30 days, do not set that to 1 month. But essentially, it defaults to 10 years. That's what I leave mine set at because I need ample time to log into all my wallets without having to be restricted. Okay. So that was a side note I wanted to mention. And also, guys, make sure when you're using an email address, make sure you're able to receive emails. So whitelist the email address from no reply at high yield BTC or no reply at drip to BTC. Make sure you're able to receive these email notifications because that's what they're there for. This is the only means through which the system will automatically communicate with you when something goes on with your wallet. Okay. So that's a side note that I just wanted to mention because it is quite important. All right, so let's get back to these questions. So, Hajanes, I'll leave that kind of up to you, but if you have more specific questions, we could talk about how much you're putting out there and privately or whatever the case is, and you can come up with a strategy from that. All right, the next thing he's talking about is dollar cost averaging random amounts of Bitcoin into the wallet from time to time from external sources and wallets. And that's perfect. When you talk about dollar cost averaging, though, you're actually talking about purchasing Bitcoin, right? So I guess you could DCA your way into the wallet as well if you're actively increasing your credit purchases. But nevertheless, this is a good strategy. But also keep in mind, guys, that this is a hot wallet, meaning that, of course, it is connected to the internet. And while there are several layers of security features in place, it's still a hot wallet. So it's always best to have your own keys, not only on your own keys, but to make sure you're not running another hot wallet that gives you access to your private keys, but it's software. And because it's software, the developers of that software could very well have access to your private keys as well. So don't think you're secure just by having a non-custodial wallet, meaning you have custody of the keys because the software or the people behind the software could very well have access to those same private keys, even though they might deny having it. Okay, so always be cautious and only put Bitcoin out here that you either want to grow or use to transact in. So that's what I do, right? In this wallet here, like I say, this is my transaction wallet. So I'll keep between $100 and $1,000 worth of Bitcoin in this wallet. And the other wallets I have, I kind of just use those to grow my Bitcoin, however I choose to do it. Okay. All right. And then he's going to buy credits from the marketplace as often as he can. And this also is a good strategy. And so let's get into his questions. Okay. Is there a reason not to buy as many credits as possible if I'm just in build mode for a good while? Yes. No, there's no reason that you should not buy credits. You should always be looking to buy credits. Okay. However, there's a caveat that I'd like to mention with this, right? So let's use for an example, purchasing credits. Okay, so when I came out and used this wallet here, what I did, I put money out here and I used that whole 0.0007 to purchase credits. I did that in one swoop. Okay, now I got my credits and these credits started converting. But one benefit to buying credits is that each time you purchase credits, there's a 24-hour window that begins where you get what you call boost points. And what those boost points do is speed up the rate at which your credits convert into Bitcoin. Okay, so that period only lasts for 24 hours. So if I have $100 in Bitcoin, I could come out today, purchase credits, and that would boost the conversion rate for 24 hours. Okay, and I would be satisfied. However, it might be better if I choose to log into my wallet on a daily basis rather than buying $100 in credits at once. I would buy maybe $10 in credits and capture those boost points for 24 hours and then log in the next day, purchase another $10 in credits and take advantage of those boost points for another 24 hours and so on and so forth. Okay, so it all depends on when you're purchasing credits how often you are willing to log into your wallet. The more frequently you manually purchase credits, the better it is for you because you're able to take advantage of the additional features that are available in the wallet. Okay, so I hope that makes sense here. So there's never a reason not to buy credits, right? But we'll get into something else as you continue to ask these questions. So he said, I can't see a reason to have more than one wallet address. But that might change. The benefit of having multiple wallet addresses is, let's say for an example, you have 3 different customers that you want to receive a Bitcoin payment from. And rather than giving all of them one single Bitcoin address, you create a separate Bitcoin address from each one of them. That way, anytime one of them sends you a payment, you'll be able to say, oh, okay, I received a payment at this particular Bitcoin address. I know it came from this particular client. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. And as an example, when you receive Bitcoin payments, whether it be on chain or off chain, you will see what address you received it into. Okay, so in this particular wallet here, I see that address came into this wallet, and you can kind of name uh, the person that sent it. Okay, for this one here, or when you name it, let me actually go and show you that real quick. If I come over to receive Bitcoin, here it gives you a default name of primary, and if I wanted to change that, I can change that to whoever, and that would be my client name. Okay, once I do that, whenever I receive a payment for that particular person, it'll show me that here. Okay, so that's essentially why you would want to use different Bitcoin addresses within your wallet. So hopefully that is clear on that particular question. Let's see, and that's that one, and then this next one. If my understanding is correct, the Satoshi Stacker only kicks in when all my credits are converted to Bitcoin. That is 100% correct. Exactly. So that Satoshi Stacker, even though I have it enabled, I think it's on this wallet, it is enabled on this wallet as long as, come on, load up, as long as there are credits here, it'll never kick in. But once these credits convert over, bam, that's when it will kick in. Okay. And does this mean that it will never run if I keep manually buying credits? Yes, that's exactly what it means. And here's a kicker though. It is always best to manually buy credits because anytime an automated process is running on your behalf, it's going to limit the amount of interest that you pay or that you get discounted on your credits. If you come out here to buy credits now, we'll see that there are discounts up to 12%, 11%, 11%, 10.25%. So you're getting higher percentages of credits by coming out and manually purchasing in the marketplace. However, if the automated Satoshi stacker kicks in, it's going to purchase credits on your behalf. So it'll say, okay, you want to purchase $20 in credits. I'm going to automatically purchase this. But what it's going to do is give you those amount of credits at a 5% discount. And the system is going to take the rest of the difference. So if someone listed it out here at 12.5%, you're going to get those credits at 5%, and that extra 7.25% is going to go into the vault. And of course, the vault is the very thing that feeds the system extra transaction fees, right? So it's always a win when the system is playing. So if you're allowing the automated processes to work for you, you're not going to get the best deal. You will still get a deal because buying Bitcoin at 5% is still awesome, right? At a 5% discount. But the system is also going to get its cut for you using those automated features. So that way you don't have to worry about logging in. But if the system is going to do it for you, the system is going to benefit in that regard. So that is food for thought and things to consider when using the automated processes, okay? All right, and he says, I don't fully understand the stimulus generator yet. Would this be a better option to use for me? And again, this is based on your own strategy, how much Bitcoin you have in your wallet, so on and so forth. So I'm going to give a quick example. There was a user that I replied to this morning. And remember this question. Now we're talking about the stimulus generator. Well, first, let me explain what the stimulus generator does. What this does, guys, is that it purchases credits on a daily basis based on whatever you set or specify. So in this one here, I have the stimulus generator enabled, and I set it to purchase 31 cents worth of credits at on a daily basis. Okay, so every single day, once one 24-hour period ends, it's going to go out there and purchase more credits for me. So that's what I've done to this poor man's wallet that I originally created and thought I would have to log in once a day. Well, now I have that part activated, and it's buying small amounts of credits each and every day. And let's see, credits purchased. If I click here, you'll see that stimulus purchase. So I don't have to log into the system, right? The stimulus program is purchasing these credits on my behalf. So each and every day I'm earning like an extra 2 cents because I'm only buying what, 33 cents worth, right? So that's what the stimulus program does for me. And is this more beneficial than the automated Satoshi stacker? Again, that depends. There's so many different variables because not only with the stimulus program will it buy it daily, you can set how much it buys on a daily basis, and that's going to depend on how much Bitcoin you hold in your wallet. So let me get over to this example that I was sharing with or mentioning before. I think it was in which one of these? It was in the DCS chat somewhere, I think. Anyone? Okay. I think in this particular one, I was replying to someone and I gifted them with like 1,000 Satoshis. And I explained to him, you know, now that he has 1,000 Satoshis in his wallet, that's all he has in his wallet. So I transferred that over to him this morning. So he's able to play with 1,000 Satoshis. Well, when you purchase credits in the marketplace, then there's a minimum amount that is available for you to buy it, and that's about $5 to $6 or something like that. So you can't purchase credits for $1 in the marketplace manually, okay? And not even if you use the automated Satoshi Stacker, because still that's subject to the minimum that is available in the marketplace. So you'll rarely see anything for sale that's less than $5. Okay, so there is a minimum that's available in the marketplace, and that's what the Satoshi Stacker does. However, the automated, or let's see, what's the name of it again? The stimulus generator, what this does, this allows you to purchase credits for as little as 0.000003 Bitcoin, which is the equivalent of pennies, right? 32 cents as of today. So because of this, I instructed this particular user. He now has 1,000 satoshis, or 0.00001 Bitcoin, sitting in his wallet. And what is he going to do with that Bitcoin? Essentially nothing, because that's not going to even cover the cost to transfer that Bitcoin out of his wallet. So the best thing for this particular user to do is just enable, and I kind of instruct them about that here. Hey, go out and enable the stimulus generator, and then set the daily Bitcoin allocation to the minimum. And what's going to happen over the course of time, he doesn't even have to log into his wallet, but his wallet will purchase credits from the system at a 5 to 6% discount on his behalf. So that 1,000 sats that he's starting off with will eventually get to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 automatically. So the best thing I can say in this regard is to check out, use different strategies, because I myself, while I do use different strategies and different automated features, I have not really taken the time to sit down and see, hey, what method is better than another. I really haven't, so I can't really comment on that. So the best thing is, do get multiple wallets. Try out the system, use different strategies in each wallet. And like I say, as you continue to use the wallets, things will automatically click in your brain and be like, oh, okay, I see how this works. Let me use this wallet for this purpose, and I'm going to use this strategy for this wallet, and then I'll use this wallet for that. But at the end of the day, guys, every strategy, or any strategy that you use, is going to benefit you. The only thing you want to be on the lookout for is that you never purchase credits for more than you sell them for. So if you ever get to the point where you want to sell your credits, you can do that. You can list them in the marketplace, but you never want to sell them at a higher discount than what you purchased them for. That's the only thing that you have to be concerned with. Okay. And otherwise, you can just sit back, relax, and let the system kick out more and more returns for you. Also, as a final note, there are no Ponzinomics with this system. We have evolved to a point where even the deposit fees, where when you initially deposited funds into your wallet, it would take a 10% discount and then issue you credits. Well, now this is optional, guys. So you don't even have to put any more Bitcoin into the system as far as fresh, quote unquote, fresh capital, if you will. You can have a wallet within the system, create yourself another wallet, and then do a quick transfer from one wallet to the next within the system. That's no new Bitcoin coming into the system per se, but there's sufficient Bitcoin in the system already to where this circular economy is working out just fine. Okay, so and everything is based on transaction fees. Whenever you guys purchase credits in the marketplace, or use the stimulus program, or use the automated Satoshi Stacker, well, the system is generating transaction fees from that. And this is what pays out the system, those transaction fees. Okay. So hopefully this video has addressed all of the questions that you have, Hajanides. If not, feel free to drop some more questions, and I kind of put this out there for all of you guys. You know, if you have questions about the system, we are 100% transparent and ready to answer everything in detail. Okay, and this crypto forum is the place to come. All right, guys, that's all I got for you in this video, and we will holler on the next one. Peace out.